Hey y'all, it's your girl Leka. Let me just say, I definitely told y'all life be lifing, but I finally have had a chance to sit down to pull this vlog together. Better late than never, right? So, tell you a little bit. Essence Fest, completely exhausted from it. On top of that, I got Invisalign. I am on like day 4 of my treatment, and it has been kicking my ass. But like I said, y'all, life be lifing. This was actually my first Essence Festival. It has been on my bucket list for years since I was in my 20s. And let me just say, it was definitely beautiful, a little chaotic, very much so exhausting, and it was exactly what I didn't know I needed. I originally planned this trip as an all sisters event, but this will probably be my first and last Astro plug for this week. When the universe says something's not in alignment, baby, trust it, it's not, okay? And honestly, the trip ended up being what I didn't even know I needed or deserved. I had an opportunity to spend some drama-free time with my baby sister, Kenesha, and some much-needed girlfriend catch-up time with my good friend, Charita. Let's get into it. My baby sister Kenesha, she traveled from Tallahassee, Florida. She picks me up. We left on that Thursday evening. We did an Airbnb in the Garden District. It was a shotgun style apartment. I liked it. No complaints about the Airbnb except for the fact that there were no washcloths in there. There was like 4, and at this point it was going to be 3 of us, and 4 wasn't going to last the whole weekend. I messaged her and I went next door to her other property and was able to get what we needed. So no muss, no fuss. When we got in, me and my sister, we went to the Fiery Crab seafood restaurant because I wanted a seafood bowl so bad. We should have took an Uber, but we drove. And how about the parking on that place in that little parking lot? It was like $38 for 2 hours. A goddamn ripoff. We got to the restaurant and oh my god, it was such a long wait. But when I tell you the food was worth it, baby, I had got me a seafood boil. I also got some crawfish fried rice. And I also got some crab salad. So this is what happens when you hungry, when you go to the restaurant and you hungry and you ain't ate all day, right? So I'm sitting up there like, I want some of this, and that. And I ordered everything and couldn't eat everything and ended up having leftovers. But we cut that life short, baby. We went, took a shower, and got in the bed to prepare for our first official day of Essence Festival. Friday morning, we got cute and we walked around the corner to PJ's Coffee. It was a whole fucking vibe. There was some other ladies in there. Looked like they were also have been attending Essence Festival too. But they were very colorful. Me and Kenesha was very colorful. And I was like, look, Keisha, we all so colorful. Look at us. I had a praline hot latte. It was good. It was different. I usually get caramel something or another, but I was like, let me try something different. So me and Kenesha, we sat there. We chalked it up. Talked about how her sister toxic. Me. I was telling her a few things and she was like, girl, you so toxic. I didn't even know. I'm not toxic. I do all my stuff. I recognize my patterns and my behaviors and the things that I do. And I'm working on those. We finished our coffee. We decided to take a walk to get to Siri's Cafe and Juice Bar. When we got there, baby, people were standing outside waiting to be seated. And Kenesha was like, we should have drove. So we would be out here in the sun. And I was just like, yeah, you want to turn back around and go get the car? She was like, no, girl, we here now. Originally, the girl said it would be a 30-minute wait, but it ended up being 20. We got into the place. Well, let me tell y'all, Siri is very, very nice. They had the art on the wall, the music going. It was definitely a vibe. And I got to taste some of the best fucking food that I have ever had in all the times that I've been to New Orleans. This food was so good because, baby, I had got grits with eggs and bacon, but I also had got their banana cream French toast dish, baby. And baby, that biscuit, oh my god, baby, that biscuit was so soft and fluffy. It tastes like my grandma Bessie Mae Reynolds biscuits. Lord have mercy. That thing was so good. And Kenesha was looking at me like, Jalika, I put Kenesha. I ain't never had no food just make me shut my mouth. That food can shut this Gemini mouth, baby. Oh my God. It was so good. After we finished eating, we walked back to the Airbnb. Charita had arrived by then. She drove down from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. It was so good seeing her. Like, oh my God. And the girl done dyed her hair blood. And I would just say this, and there'll be more about this later to come. Charita is definitely a white man magnet, baby. She could go anywhere and the white men just fall over her. I would tell y'all the story about how me and Charita met. I didn't meet her first. I met her husband first through my job and ended up meeting her. And we've been friends ever since. And I really appreciate that relationship because Charita has done a lot for me. When I left my ex-husband, Charita actually was that one friend. She had furniture and she gave me furniture. If not for her, I wouldn't have had anything in my little apartment. We got ourselves together and we left. Went to the convention center. And baby, when we walked through the door, line dance was going on. The boots on the ground were going. And let me tell you, Charita did. She immediately got in line and knew what step to make and which step to take. And it was a joy to see her engaged like that. And I saw her, no, baby, I can't do this because I have trouble with my left and right. I'm going to be that friend that's going to turn the wrong way. Then you're going to be mad at me. It was nice just to see all of our people, in one space. It felt so good. We visited Soho Market and saw all the vendors out there. Did pick up some sage, baby, because I got to sage the hell out of my house. Saw some really cute shoes and a romper that I wanted, but the girl, they didn't have my size because I'm a 2X, baby. I said, oh, y'all don't fit me. She only had up to 1X. There were several exhibits like Beautycom, McDonald's, Target. We ended up going to the Target exhibit and standing in line because it was, of all the lines, the shortest one there. And although we did have to stay in that line at least an hour, maybe an hour and 30 minutes to even get into the exhibit. But I didn't know this before I went to the Target line. I just found this out like this week. The girls are boycotting Target. I didn't even know. That's how you know I be in my little bubble, baby. I don't know what be going on in the world for real. Not for real, for real. If it ain't on one of them YouTube channels that I watch or, I don't know nothing about it. I have limited my engagement with social media to that point. So I really don't be knowing what's going on in life. Me and my sister, Charita, we stayed in that line. We went through there. We got some free Target swag. We also took pictures and got those little Insta Polaroids together. But at that point, baby, who was finna stand in another line? I wanted some more tote bags, but I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm overstanding in the lines, honey. That's too much. Okay. So we was like, oh, we're going to go back tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow early when it first opens so then we can get into more of the exhibits. Well, I'm going to just tell you that ain't happening. So anyway, we took an Uber from the convention center back to the Airbnb. And baby, why that man? He was the nicest 73-year-old man I have ever met in life. But honey, tell me why this little man, his vehicle smelled like old corn chips and shit. At first, I thought it was me. I thought it was just me. But baby, when Charita air conditioner let they window down, it's not just me. It's this car. Oh my God, the smell is gonna take us out. Good thing the ride was less than 10 minutes because otherwise, baby, honestly, I held my breath for most of the time. Got dropped off, got dressed up to go to the concert. We got there and it was a line. We got inside into our seats. I think we were seated by 7 something. Baby, how about the concert didn't start till 8:30? The shit did not start to 8:30. It started with Siren and unexpectedly ended with Lauryn Hill. So let me just say, we did not end up leaving the arena until about 3 in the morning. It really was, I'm looking at this from this perspective. The transition time between the artists was unnecessarily long. It did not flow well. They'll say, are you ready for Glorilla? And before she even came out, it was another 30 minutes. They said they was having technical difficulties, but girl, I don't know what the fuck was going on because I went backstage. I don't know. So I'm going to just say this, baby. I enjoyed the hell out of Glorilla, though. I enjoyed Coco Jones. Coco had forgot to do a song, and sis came back and said, okay, I'm sorry. I can't leave without doing this song. And she performed that song. I appreciate her for that. I really enjoyed Glorilla. That is my girl. I love Glorilla. Let me tell you who put on a fucking show, baby. Baby fucking Face. Okay, Babyface did his thing. I mean, that man was amazing. I enjoy him so much and realizing he has wrote so many songs. Like Babyface is prolific. It was songs that he performed that he had wrote that I didn't even know he wrote. Okay. And I was just like, he just wrote my life. Of all the performances, his that night was my absolute favorite. After Maxwell finished, I was a little disappointed with Maxwell because he didn't sing other songs that I liked of his, so I was a little disappointed with that. But baby, when Maxwell got ready to get off the stage, here come the little host talking about, hold on y'all, don't leave, don't leave. Lauryn Hill is in the building. First of all, Lauryn Hill was not even announced for Essence Festival. And I wonder why. And a part of me wants to feel like there's this story about Lauryn being unreliable, like showing up late for gigs and or not showing up at all. And I didn't even know that about Lauryn Hill until I watched a video by FD Signifier. It's tough, loving Lauryn Hill. I'll post it in the description on the YouTube channel. It's definitely worth the watch. Maybe that's why they didn't announce her for the festival and just was like, bring her on as a last minute surprise. Well, baby, when I tell you, they announced that she was in the building at 1:30 a.m. Lauryn did not take the stage until 2:30 a.m. And mind you, I'm a real big Lauryn Hill fan. This is why I say, because Lauryn Hill, her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, I love that album so much. I have it on vinyl. It really spoke to me, especially as a young black woman and also as a teenage mother who had all kinds of relationship and issues when it comes to men and my self-worth. I stayed because I wanted to see her. But when I tell you, I was disappointed. Not in the fact that I had to wait to see her, but in as much as when Lauryn performed, she did not have a call and response factor in her performance. She remixed everything to the point to where you didn't even really recognize what song she was singing and you could not sing along. And I remember the girl coming out of the Superdome saying, we couldn't even be in decorum. And for me, it's like, no, we couldn't respond. She didn't call to us and we couldn't respond, which, as you know, is a big part of being in music and a part of, I'll say, African American culture. So that was disappointing, but I'm grateful that I got a chance to see her. And Essence did come out and say it wasn't her fault, which I believe it wasn't her fault because I was there and noticed the flow of the concert and how it went. By the time we got out of there like 3:30 or something in the morning, it was time to eat again. So we ended up stopping into a place called Daisy Maid. We did a to-go order. We were waiting for our lift to come while we sitting up there waiting. Baby, why this little young white boy though came in here, sitting down, and he just talking, and he looks at Charita. He's like, you're the youngest of them all, aren't you? I bet you're 37. He's trying to engage all of us. And I'm like, don't you realize we don't want to talk? But baby, Charita, she is a friend to everybody. She kept talking to him until our ride came. I was like, he drunk as hell and he hitting on him. Got back to the Airbnb, baby. All of us was tired as hell. When we got up, I was like, we're not going back to the convention. Absolutely not going back. We ended up going for lunch/dinner at a restaurant called Grease. And it was okay. I did get some chicken gizzards with grits for appetizer. Didn't really care for the grits. Ate the gizzards out of it. And then I also ended up getting like a burger and fries. And it was okay. It was good. After we left there, we ended up going to a souvenir shop called Flirty Girl. And baby, Flirty Girl spoke my entire language, baby. I found me a whole bag. I found me a sign that says, I have a good heart, but this mouth, okay? And then I got a candle that said something like, fuck this, I'm over it. I love it. I absolutely love that store. It was different. After we left Flirty Girl, we stopped and we made a quick trip into Mojo's Coffee. And I got a latte from there just to get a pick-me-up because still tired and exhausted from the night before. Went back to the Airbnb, got cute again. This time we was late actually because we didn't make it there to 7, but the process to get into the Superdome was much smoother. There was not a lot of waiting. By the time we got there, Donell Jones was finishing up his song When You Love Someone. That song, he was finishing that up, and so we got to see him perform Say What, Say What, Say What, and that was it. But day 2 of the concert series actually went better. Anthony Anderson was on stage as a host and he showed out the entire time. time. Oh my God. I enjoyed seeing Jill Scott. I enjoyed seeing Patti LaBelle. I enjoyed seeing Jasmine Sullivan. I enjoyed Buju Banton and Davido, even though Davido didn't perform Shopping Spree, which was my favorite song of his. But that's cool, whatever. But let me tell y'all, the person that I enjoyed thoroughly and the most, baby, was Erykah Badu. Baby, Miss Badu had me on the floor about to roll over on the ground. She is a great performer. It was very much so worth seeing her. And then to see the contrast and difference between her and Lauryn Hill, it was like, Erykah got it. Miss Badu know what she be doing, y'all. And honestly, y'all tell me Erykah Badu in concert somewhere, I'm gonna go see her and Babyface again. For real. Other than that, I think we got out of there about 2:30. We didn't make it back to 3:30 in the morning. Mind you, I'm gonna just say this. We was tired. And so, concert 3 wasn't gonna see us. I appreciate that they did a Quincy Jones tribute. I wanted to see that Jermaine Dupri produced thing, but I didn't get an opportunity because I was just so tired. We skipped that concert. We actually got up that Sunday, checked out our Airbnb, went and got breakfast / brunch from the Ruby Slipper. Ruby Slipper, it was okay. No complaints. It wasn't great. We sat there, talked a little bit, and then we got up and said goodbyes to Charita, and me and my sister, we left. We stopped on Royal Street, and I'm glad we did stop because I ended up getting me an umbrella and a bottle, and then we headed back home, and that's pretty much how Essence Festival went. Overall, I did enjoy it. So yeah, that was Essence Festival 2025 through my eyes. Would I go again? Maybe, but only if the lineup is really giving and my knees and my body are better rested, because baby, I'm still recovering, but I'm glad I went. I needed that time with my baby sister, and I needed that laughter, that ease, that reminder that not everything has to be hard to be good. So if this is your first time watching or listening, go ahead and hit that follow, like, comment, and subscribe, or just slide through and alert quietly, because either way, I'm seeing y'all for real. And if you're one of my regulars, you already know what it is. I appreciate you so much. So stay cute, stay petty, and be safe out there, y'all. Bye.